Hi, everybody. Welcome. On the 5th, 6th May, we've got a lunar eclipse at 14 degrees 58 minutes of Scorpio. Eclipses are already intense, strong times. If you add to that the energy of Scorpio, you're getting a huge wave of intensity. It's going to be very helpful if you know your chart. If you haven't got your chart, you can get a free chart from my website, yourastrologysigns.com. If you go under reports, free report, you can get your chart there. But if you can find the signs Taurus and Scorpio in your chart, you will see which life areas are likely to be most affected by this very powerful lunar eclipse in Scorpio coming up. So a lunar eclipse is a very powerful full moon. And full moons often bring things to a head. Things that perhaps you haven't seen, haven't wanted to see, haven't wanted to look at. And with it being in Scorpio, it's probably going to bring up things that you've really deeply not inspected, maybe for a long time. Things that you perhaps haven't thought about for a long time, coming up into your consciousness, percolating, needing your attention. I always find it very useful around the time of a lunar eclipse, usually just after, to go on a detox. And a detox can, of course, be a physical detox where you just, get rid of things that the body doesn't need, but also a detox of things that I don't need in my physical world, stuff. Maybe going through the basement or the loft or, one of those cupboards or boxes that you haven't looked at for a long time. This is the time to delve. Scorpio rules anything to do with mystery. Don't be surprised if around this time we get information coming out about mysteries exposed, this revealed. Something may come from inside of you that's extremely powerful. So let's look at the aspects. We've got Mercury retrograde in Taurus, and we've still got this dance of Venus and Mars. It's ongoing all year. And we've got the Venus energy of the Sun, Mercury retro, Uranus, also the North Node, but these three are close together in Taurus, which is the Venus-ruled energy, opposite this powerful moon in Scorpio, which is ruled not only by Mars, but also by Pluto. So this is an energy where let's look at these different frequencies. Taurus energy is the material, your senses, your desires, your pleasures, very much the sensual attachments, things you might be attached to, food, money, work, relationships. And Scorpio, on the other hand, is more spiritual, more inward. It's not to say that Taurus isn't spiritual. I'm just telling you about the archetypal energy here. And it's about learning to release. Scorpio likes to hang on just as much as Taurus does. So these are fixed energies. But it's a releasing of maybe some deep sorrow, a releasing of deep wounds, a releasing of an old relationship, a releasing of an old perspective, an old way of seeing your life, so that you make way for something new. So it's this balancing between the needs of the body and the needs of the soul. Yes, this is a soul call. That's what I see here, because this is very much body activity. And we are run very much by body wants feeding, it needs to go to the bathroom, all the things that the body needs. And this is a powerful opportunity to look at, what am I addicted to? And are my addictions healthy ones? Yes, because both signs have a tendency to get attached to things. The Taurus more attached to things and stuff, usually, and food and pleasures and nice things and beautiful things, that kind of thing. The Scorpio, attached to a relationship, a possessiveness of wanting to hold on, not wanting to let go of a grudge, or somebody's done something wrong or hurt you. And I'm sure we all identify with all of these different things, because we do have all of these various signs in our charts anyway. But this is a wonderful opportunity to look at your habits, because there are healthy habits. There's a habit of happiness, a desire for happiness, a desire for peace and harmony and good relationships with everybody. So what are you wanting every day? And what are you being attracted to? Like this Scorpio magnet, it sort of pulls you in. It's got a very charismatic force. What's pulling you in? And is it healthy? Does it have moderation to it? This is this balance energy. An opportunity here to look at what's not working, what needs releasing, and how to bring balance. Because I look at my beloved Auntie Jenny, in a few days to be 101, God bless her. And she's really an example of somebody who is just able to deal with those sense pleasures, because she loves food. And she'll eat just about, anything nice that you put in front of her, whether it's a piece of cake or whatever it is, and she'll enjoy it to the full. And generally, she won't take more. So there's the enjoyment, but not overdoing it. And that's what you are working with here. And the Mercury retrograde in Taurus until May the 14th is encouraging you to come up with practical solutions to change those destructive habits. So, for example, one of my habits that I've become aware of is this addiction to checking emails and checking messages. I hate to think how many times a day I've been pulled back to doing that, this magnet being pulled again, this Scorpion energy. And I've noticed that it's extremely distracting. So now, what's my practical solution? So I've got a beautiful scarf that I now put across my computer screens at the end of the day, or whenever I'm deciding I'm stopping, at particular times when I'm not going to look at those screens anymore. Yeah, I just won't make it so available. And I've set myself certain times when I will check emails, so that it isn't just something that is indiscriminate. What are the things you need to correct? And again, the Mercury retrograde practical solutions. Another great thing about Mercury retro in Taurus, and the fact that it's opposite this plutonic energy bringing things to light, is you might find money that you lost, or something that it's like, oh, I didn't know I had that, or something beautiful that turns up that you didn't know you had. Yes, a bit like that kind of an energy. That too can happen at this time. So we've got Venus, ruler of Taurus, is in Gemini, and it's square to Neptune. And Venus is also sextile to Jupiter. So that's very romantic, it's very loving, and it's very uplifting. The challenge is where am I deluding myself? Where am I seeing a particular relationship as something maybe better than it is, or having too high expectations and being disappointed? So what are maybe some adjustments you need to make so that your lenses are clear and you're not looking out of clouded lenses at your life. Mars, ruler of the Scorpio energy, is in Cancer. It's square to Chiron. So this is about the energy of being a victim. Everything's happening to me. Oh, woe is me. What can I do about it? To, well, no. How can I heal from this situation? There's always a new present moment. There's always a new opportunity. All is not lost. All right. So there's always an opportunity with Scorpio for a rebirth. The phoenix coming out of the ashes, being better than ever before. Pluto, co-ruler of Scorpio, just into Aquarius, as we know, is square to Jupiter. So if you really stay determined, if you really decide on what's really important to me, and I'm not going to give up on it, and then the success here can really, this drive for success can be very strong and can really be very fruitful as well. So there's a lot happening energetically, and the fixed frequency is an opportunity to distinguish first with the retrograde what's truly important, and then to dig your heels in with those important healthy things and not compromise and discipline yourself so that each day you're taking steps in the right direction. So this is about this balancing of body and soul, material, spiritual desires, healthy desires, and unhealthy addictions, going from maybe dying, maybe a feeling of dying, sometimes is, and a lot of fears may come up. Often with the Scorpio energy, fears come. I recently, might hear it in my voice, I had quite a cold and a chesty type of thing, and the breathing was a little bit difficult. And the mind takes you crazy. You know, it was like all of a sudden I was on a ventilator in a hospital. You know, and come on. But the mind does that, doesn't it? It takes you to the intense worst case scenario. But can you see that and catch it before it escalates? And I think that's what we hopefully can do, you know, before tensions escalate in our world, before tensions escalate with emotions, powerful emotions, because this lunar eclipse in Scorpio is about powerful emotions. But can we now look at ways in which we can heal those emotions, take responsibility for our part, and look once again with the Venus energy to creating peace and harmony? And I think that this quote by Lao Tzu really sums up the energy of this eclipse, which is being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. Got to be very brave to keep loving somebody deeply, especially if it might not look as though that person loves you. So that takes courage, and from the word in French, le cœur, which is the heart, courage coming from the heart. So let's see what the Pleiadian card is for this lunar eclipse, and it is take a quantum leap. I think that certainly describes it. I think humanity has to and is taking a quantum leap. And where can you in your life envisage, at least first, taking that quantum leap? Looking forward to your comments, your feedback. Much love. Bye for now.